Welcome back to Stuff Around the House. My name is Ryan, and today we are walking through our mall in West Des Moines, Iowa. It is called Jordan Creek Mall, and it's by far one of the busiest malls in our area. Well, it was anyway. We're going to walk through here and we're going to take a look at all the stores, and I'm going to call out some of the stores that haven't closed. I think it's wonderful that there are so many great companies out there like Apple. We're standing right here, we might as well talk about them, that are paying their employees while they are off from work. This ranges anywhere from 14 to 30 days right now, depending on the company, but this one, Dry Goods, has decided to stay open. They don't have any customers, so they're paying their employees to be there and risking themselves. They're not making the company any money. Why not just pay the employees and let them go home? It doesn't make any sense. But you'll also notice, and it's going to be the theme, that there really are no people. Vera Bradley, not real crazy about you right now. Not that I shop there, but really, you had to stay open? And I'm going to call these out, just like what we said a little earlier, because I think it's important that we are voting with our dollars. Now, this is just from my perspective and how I handle my own life, but I like it when companies treat people well, and I don't think it's a great idea to be open right now. Scheels is open. Normally a great company that closes the day after they close for Thanksgiving Day, so that their employees can have time with their family and things like that. But evidently, Scheels and United States Cellular feel that it's more important to be open right now. Dillard's is also another one that tends to do kind of stand-up things for its employees, but today they didn't. Hallmark, well, I guess maybe they are going to all need their greeting cards after they get sick. We're up here on the second level now, and we're looking at more of these stores that are open and a lot of them that are closed, thankfully. Greenberg's, a local jeweler, kind of to our region anyway, they're open, and that's another surprising one because they're kind of a family-owned company. I really expected better from them, so pretty disappointed in that. I didn't want to take a picture of it, but below here is the play area, and thankfully there was nobody in the play area because I have to think with hundreds of kids in there on a normal basis that's got to be a breeding ground for germs. So glad to see nobody took their kids there. Zoomies or Zoomies or I don't know. I don't shop there. I don't know what it's called, but they're open and they don't really have any people in there except the person working. Why not just let them go home? GameStop, in my opinion, has always kind of made questionable business decisions, but they're open. Gap is another one that surprised me. I thought Gap was going to close, but they haven't. This is kind of a trend where we just see one or two people here and there, and it's really amazingly quiet. I didn't get a lot of footage of the parking area, but it was pretty well dead. I only parked a few spots away from the door, and I think we'll just walk around these folks. Yeah, we're not sticking around for that. Aeropostale has felt like it needs to be important to be open. Not a real great decision, but whatever. Vans, of course, is closed, which is good, and Justice or Justice or however you want to sell it, or say it, or sell it, whatever, it's closed, which is nice to see, along with Bath and Body Works doing kind of the right thing. I didn't take any time to look up how many people visit this mall every year, but this is one of those malls that is really pretty healthy and is normally very busy, especially on a Wednesday as we're kind of getting to the end of the week. And it was about 6 o'clock in the evening when I took this video. They would normally, I don't know, on a Wednesday they wouldn't be packed, but they'd be pretty darn busy. Again, nice to see most all these stores we're walking by are closed except for Barnes & Noble. They have felt like they are so important that they need to stay open. I don't get that because I thought Barnes & Noble had a pretty good reputation for how they treated their employees, but evidently their priority today is selling books, and that doesn't make sense to me. There's another one coming up, this Halberstadts, which is kind of a suit and dress clothing type store. They've also felt like it seems to be mission critical to stay open today, and I don't understand that because it looked pretty lonely in there except for those mannequins, but you know. Finish Line, I don't really know a lot about Finish Line, but they definitely have not closed yet. And for some of these retailers that haven't closed yet, I would like to see them do kind of the right thing, help stop this from spreading. And I guess if they were all closed, idiots like me wouldn't be out walking around the mall and showing what's open. Zales, the diamond store, has also decided to be open, and you can see they are just packed with customers. They're incredibly busy with both the people sitting behind the counter. LensCrafters, I kind of get this one. People are trying to pick up their glasses and they feel like they have to be open so that they can take care of those folks. I get that. I don't know if I'm totally convincing myself, but we'll let them go a little bit. At least there's something semi-medical related. But Joseph A. Bank has decided to close, and that's fantastic to see. See if I can get my finger out of the camera there. Sorry about that. Now we're just walking down the other end, walking by the Walking Company, which has, shoes. GNC has decided to be open, and I don't understand that one either, especially since these guys are all just completely void of customers. Nobody's shopping. There's a few of us walking around. There's a couple of mall walkers. But there's nothing happening. Well, as soon as I say that, this girl comes out of Banana Republic, which has also decided to stay open. Francesca, I don't know who Francesca is, but evidently she thinks it's really important to stay open too, but nothing going on. I feel like I kind of needed a skateboard. I could have just skateboarded down this mall and nobody would have noticed. I haven't even seen a security guard yet. This is the type of mall where normally if a security guard saw you making a video, they would come over and probably very nicely ask me to stop recording, and of course I would, but I haven't seen anybody. Not that there's a lot of trouble happening. I guess there's not a lot for them to secure, but this is kind of the main hub of the mall. This is where you've got the escalators. It's got this kind of grand center spot. If you're familiar with the Drake Relays in Des Moines, Iowa, they've also even done a couple of events in that center area. Hellsberg has decided to be closed. That's great. Oakley evidently decided that it is so important to sell you sunglasses that they need to stay open. Yeah, well, nobody's buying them anyway, so it doesn't matter. These kiosks are kind of hit and miss. Half of them are open, half of them are closed. Right now we're walking by closed ones, but it really kind of depended on which one you went by. And I got the feeling that the people standing at the kiosks were actually the business owners. So I guess that's really up to them. Sorry about the finger in the camera there. We'll go through the food court, which is a giant ghost town, except for a couple of places that decided that they wanted to stay open. We'll also see off to the right here that nobody's eating, not that they had a lot of choices of food to eat anyway. Extra points for the bottle of disinfectant on that table, or I guess that's what I think it is. Taco John's has decided to be open. And it's a good thing because they've got that huge line of people just waiting to buy their tacos. Yeah, I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. But there were people, and you just kind of saw the edge of one, and they were definitely still open. Chick-fil-A, of course, closed. Charlie's Subs has also got a huge group of people just waiting in line to buy those subs, so it's really good that they stayed open. You know, for all of these people that are not eating. This is kind of a cool place if you happen to be in the West Des Moines area or downtown in Des Moines. It's called Zombie Burger. Pretty darn good burger, and I actually really like their fries too. Down here we have Century Theater, as it says right up there on the wall. But you can see it's closed, and that makes sense. That's nice to see. If you want ice cream, you can swing by Cold Stone. You might have to wait for a couple hours in line there with all those people. Well, you know, none. Another place that has decided to stay open for this huge crowd of people is Panera Bread. You know, because it's so critical that they, well, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And that's one of those places where you can't even eat in there anymore. You have to take it and go home. Well, most people don't pick up food at the mall and take it home. So, yeah, I don't get that. I thought the Cheesecake Factory was closed, but as we were walking this direction, we also saw that there was some people that were going in there. Not Panera, but Cheesecake Factory. And I had to kind of go over here and we'll take a look at the sign, but as I realized it, they weren't really going in to eat because, at least in Iowa, you can't do the dine in right now. You can only pick up food and take it home. And as we get closer to this sign, it becomes more evident that they're saying, you know, we're open for takeout and delivery. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that, but whatever. Down here at the end, there really isn't much. This is kind of just a corridor to nowhere, except they have Jared the Galleria of Jewelry. All sorts of Jared commercials out there, but they're looking pretty lonely in there. I guess he didn't go to Jared that day. Well, thanks for taking a walk around the mall and seeing a whole lot of nothing, and hopefully we're going to see more of these stores close so that we can help people stay safe and healthy. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. It really helps me. Thanks, everybody.